Sorry, getting situated here so that we can get some stuff done. Okay, let's do the unthinkable. Let's go to Ungoro Crater.
What greetings, adventurer. For some, a hunter is a way of life, a chosen profession. For others, it is something of a pastime, a badge of courage, or a rite of passage, depending on your tribe. For me, race and profession mean nothing. It is the testing of your spirit and mind that I respect. For one to stand against the forces of nature and test all of their skills is the true mark of honor. If you wish to test yourself and earn my respect, then speak to me more. This crater has many strange creatures. They seem to be nobler versions of the creatures found throughout my homeland and beyond. I cannot explain it, but this place cries of the Earth Mother. I pay homage to her every time I track one of her beautiful creatures across its basin. If you too wish to feel the enlightenment that accompanies such a great feat, then head to the north. There you'll find great apes who are a test for any mortal strength. Bring me their pelts. Prove your strength. Once, a long time ago, a brother of mine took some meat from one of Larkorwe's kills. He didn't know it at the time, but Larkorwe saw him from the forest. Larkorwe followed my brother for days, destroying everything he touched. My brother, scared, finally decided to run from the crater and leave Larkorwe behind. Larkorwe killed him not far from this spot. If you want to provoke Larkorwe, find a fresh kill of his and take some of the meat from it. Return to me afterwards.
How come I don't see any crystals? I need crystals, man. Please tell me that those quests are here. I've already seen some. There we go. Ooh, I was getting worried. Crystals are part of the build I want to go. We're gonna need these. King Mosh. Sure that he's in unit scan. Don't want him popping on top of our head. Not good. So Ungork Raider, I mean, you can literally spend weeks. I could spend a whole week just sitting in this zone because there's so many repeatable quests. You've got the crystals, skinning. It's just one of those zones that you could really spend a lot of time in. Where the hell's Baron Char? Rid of some of the foliage, it'll make it easier to spot some of the ungoral soil and the crystals. Also play with the camera zoomed out a little bit because of King Mosh. Kind of on an in-game music kick lately. I think it's because of the speech. This. They resisted my trap. 14 shards.
Lovely. Lovely.
Hey, Satan.
Lovely.
Thanks, son. You gotta love the Guild Wars 2 UI.
Lovely. Lovely.
Let's see, he had a poison on him. Bud's getting finicky about his food. He likes his food cooked. Get him fully happy before we start grinding more raptors. That's good.
Lovely.
Hey, Nameless, what's up? How's it going? Ah, I know I can do that. Always a tricky crystal to get. We're gonna need all these crystals, and we're gonna need a lot of them. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. I'm talking hundreds of crystals. We want the buffs because as a melee hunter, we're gonna want the lightning shield, and we're gonna want the crystal armor. I'll probably zoom the camera out quite a bit in here because we gotta be careful for King Maj, whatever his name is. I spent a lot of time in Ungor Crater in my years of play World of Warcraft, so I'm very familiar with where all the crystals are, where all the earth is. Why do I always get you on my first screen when I open up YouTube? I ain't subscribed, and you always got like 6. I don't know, man. That's a good thing, though, that it's suggesting me to people. How you doing, Peter? I don't know. I play WoW very casually. I at least try to enjoy the game, so I don't hardcore WoW. But this is Melee Hunter leveling series should be fun. We're trying to get this Melee Hunter to 60 hardcore style, so we can break the mold, man. Because people there aren't too many Melee Hunters in the hardcore league guild. I don't think there's any, to be honest. I should be the first one. I hope I'm the first one. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of dynamic we can pull off in 5-man, 10-man raids. Or group/raids, like, UBRS, LBRS, BRD, stuff like that. It'll be interesting. As long as King Mosh doesn't pop on my head over here in Ungoro and try to take me out. Oh, I've died. This character, my power went out. I had this hunter, this exact same hunter, melee hunter at level 27, almost 28, and the power went out, and I ended up getting killed. And I don't appeal. That's just not. I just don't like the appeal thing. I think it's stupid. So yeah, I died, and so I just rerolled, and then I got up to level 28, almost level 29. I think I was like level 28, and I accidentally aggroed a horde guard running by a horde camp. And I would have been fine because I sent my pet to attack the horde guard so I could just, heal the guard off me and I could get away. And I would have been fine, but what happens is, once my pet hit the horde guard, it flagged in PvP. And there happened to be a horde troll nearby who saw me flag PvP, and he decided to kill me. And he took advantage of the fact that my pet was engaged with the guard, and he, and he was far enough away, he just started, he was a shadow priest, so he started dotting me up. And at that point in time, I kind of was, I don't want to say I panicked, but I don't think there was any hope of me really turning around and running at the priest and trying to kill him, because he just would have feared me. Because he was about the same level as me. If I would have turned around and ran at the priest, he just would have feared me. And then the horde guard would have still been coming. So really, I don't think there was any way out of that without dying. So those are the 2 times this character actually died. So this is the 3rd attempt. So the horde guard debacle, and then my power going out. So thanks, Miko. That's cool that it recommends. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, hopefully we get to 60. We're not that far away, so knock on wood.
Lovely.
He just disarmed me? Okay. Yeah, I don't use guides. I can't. Yeah, don't get me going on the rested XP bullshit. Yeah, that's all stupid. I mean, like, the first thing that people do when they evaluate new MMOs that come out in today's world is they look at the game, and one of the common criticisms you see is, well, it's like questing on rails, because you go into the game and it just tells you it's got all this quest helper stuff built in, tells you to go from point A to point B to point C. That's one of the first criticisms you see of people giving feedback on MMOs. But then what do they do when they play World of Warcraft? They go and pay money for rested XP to basically tell them to go from point A to point B to point C. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I have Questy installed, but it's just so I can see where items are located on the map. I don't really need it. I mean, I've played WoW. I played WoW since beta in 2004 on Doomhammer. So, I know the game. Played it ever since it came out. So I don't need a quest helper, but, I do install it. I like to see the number of quests that I have down here. You can see here on the quest tracker down here. I like to see, how full is my quest log. And then I would like to see kind of in general area where the items are, but in most cases, 90% of the time, I already know because I'm familiar with the quests. So yeah, so I don't use really, and I certainly don't use anything stupid like rested XP. I think it takes away from the immersion of the game, and I think it ruins it, you know. So yeah, not a big fan of that. Thank you, Mickey. Try to keep it pretty clean. In an effort to make things a bit more visible, we're going to turn down the ground clutter. We're actually going to turn it down to 2. That'll clear up the ground clutter. It'll make it easier to spot the ungrown soil, and it'll make it easier to spot the crystals and whatnot. Although crystals are pretty easy to spot anyway. I create custom playlists. Right? Like I create mostly like just custom playlists and then play those when I stream usually. The song we're listening to right now is Guild Wars 2. A lot of the music we listen to when I'm playing is Skyrim, Guild Wars. One of the composers I like is SavFX. I listen to SavFX a lot, but it's all custom playlists usually. Like this playlist right now is one that I've created called Ion Music. So it's got a lot of Ion songs. You know, I was a big Ion player. I love the music in Ion, so you can see lots of different Ion songs, Guild Wars 2 song. But so this is mostly Guild Wars 2 Ion music. Ion has some of the best music of any MMO. Along with Lineage 2, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2. Final Fantasy has some music, but not as... The percentage of the music isn't as good as... Like, Guild Wars 2 has some really good music. And so does Ion. And Skyrim, of course. Skyrim's got amazing music. Yeah, you should. It's the best way to play World of Warcraft. Without a doubt. For hardcore, the good professions are going to be engineering because of target dummies or alchemy. They're both really good for survivability purposes. So if you've never played hardcore before, I would recommend going alchemy or engineering. Alchemy's easier, you know, because it's easier to just level alchemy than engineering, and alchemy has... I personally, I like alchemy. I used to use engineering a lot for target dummies, because the target dummies can really save your life, you know. But alchemy is really good, you know. I have skinning and leatherworking, yeah, because I wanted to go dragon scale, you know, armor making, whatever, just for fun, just because I like crafting armor. I think it's fun. Even though some of the armor is not the best armor you can make, it's still fun. Ah, he resisted my trap. That was a fortuitous pet ding. They resisted my trap. As you can see, as a melee hunter, my TTK is my time to kill is pretty slow. But it's the beauty of the melee hunter, though. You gotta work for it, man. Don't shooting stinking arrows. I mean, I don't know what you mean by best class. Do you mean like easiest? Like easiest class to level without dying is Paladin, without a doubt. And then after that, the pet classes like Warlock and Hunter are going to be I would say paladin, then hunter, then maybe warlock. You know, then maybe something like, either mage or rogue. Rogue's kind of tough in the beginning, but once you get all the rogue abilities like vanish and blind and evasion and sprint and all that, then it's a lot more difficult for a rogue to die because you have a lot of options. But in the beginning, when you don't have all that stuff, it's very easy to die. Remember if there were any crystals up here. Thought we'd check really quick. I'm not seeing any. Alright, see you, Peter. Thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, is this all the food I have? Normally I have more food with me. You can see we're gonna have to more food.
Lovely.
I think I'm probably gonna end this stream pretty quick. Oh, my wife wasn't feeling good this morning, so she got up out of bed, and then I had to help her do something, so I had to get up much earlier than I was going to. I got up at like 5 a.m., which is way earlier than I wanted. I wanted to get up at like 9 a.m., so I'm about 4 hours less of sleep than I should have had, so probably gonna jump back in bed and see if I can get a couple hours sleep, and then I'll come back and start streaming again. But currently it's 7 a.m., but I'm hoping to stream pretty much most of the day today. Got a lot of stuff to do in Angora Creator. I mean a lot of stuff to do in Angora Creator. We're going to spend you're going to see me in Angora Creator for days, like literally days, because farming like crystals and then grow soil, and we need to start doing the repeat turn-in for the Moro Grain quest so we can start getting potions and elixirs from the turn-ins. That's going to be really beneficial for us, since we don't have alchemy. So we're going to be in the Angora Crater for a long time. But that's good. We're going to get lots of skin, which we need. We're going to max out our leather working. We're going to keep leveling. Keep the dream alive. Blorf. What a name. Blorf. Barf.
How are you? Have a good one.
Hey there. Have a good one.
Time is money, friend. Glad I could help.
Yeah, what do you want? Pleasure doing business with ya.
Quests here. My quest log's already full.
What's up? Keep it real.
Quest log is crap. This one.
What can I do for you? See you later.
What can I get for you today? Watch your back.
Oh, where am I going? Half asleep. Bloody gadgets.
Hello, stranger, and welcome to the untamed majesty of Ungoro Crater. My name is Willadin Marshall. My sister, our companions, and I make up Marshall Expeditions, scientists and explorers of Azeroth's wild and great unknown. We've hit a bit of a rough patch here, and we're looking for some help if you have the time. Well, look at this, my journal. I thought it was lost, much like almost everything else we brought into Ungoro. I thank you kindly for returning this to me. I don't know how you made it here, but you're a sight for sore eyes. I'm Willadin Marshall, and I lead a non-aligned expedition troop. Our latest and greatest endeavor has met with what seems like countless disasters, the most serious of which being that we underestimated the savagery of Ungoro Crater. As we fled our base camps in the southwestern and northeastern parts of the crater, we left behind vital
Yeah, that's
supplies.
some of the beauty of.
You look like you're capable enough. Can you help us by getting them
Hey,
back?
hey, Johan, that's
Just because we've suffered a setback doesn't mean that research must...
that's one of the I think one of the beauties of vanilla is you could do really weird builds and make them work. Like, I mean, this is a melee hunter, so it's a very bizarre way to play the hunter because I don't even use a ranged weapon. Like, I don't even have one equipped. Like, all we have equipped is a two-hand sword. That's it. And the only abilities I really have are Raptor Strike. You know, I've got Mongoose Bite, but a lot of my damage comes from using my traps. You know, I do a lot with traps, and then of course my pet. You know, so I rely a lot on my pet and my traps to do my damage. Yeah, but it's actually really fun, and it's a completely different way to play. So it's a different mindset. You rely a lot on, you know, macros and you know, turning your pets to growl on and off, turning your pets cower on and off. You know, doing feign death into a lot of your pets. Yeah, the pet tanks for me, but then sometimes I tank. So sometimes we switch it up, you know. You know, I'm obviously leatherworking, so I can make my own mail armor. Hopefully, I made like the dragon scale breastplate for myself. And, you know, what I want to do at 60 is I want to build my character up with a lot of stamina and agility so that I can kind of off tank. But yeah, you definitely trade threat between you and your pet, especially when you have more than two mobs. Because if you have two mobs attacking you, what you want to do is split the damage, right? That way, because if both of the mobs are attacking my pet's gonna die pretty fast, and I have to heal him. So what I do a lot of times is I'll have one mob hit me, and then me and the pet will hit the same mob, and that mob is hitting the pet, and the one mob that's hitting me procs Mongoose Bite, so then I can use Mongoose Bite on the other mob, which is the one that the pet has threat on. And so I'm killing that pet. But I'm getting the benefit of getting some Mongoose Bite procs from the other mob that's hitting me. So you can do that. So there's a lot of different little nuances, you know, things to think about and consider when you're playing a melee-only hunter.
Keep it real.
Just because we've suffered a setback doesn't mean that research must stop.
Time is
We were
money,
investigating the Garishi insects in the southern part of the crater before winding up here. Their presence is alien to the ecology of Ungoro, and we want to find out why. In their hive network must be larval hatcheries. You can identify these places by their hanging larval spawns. Use this vial to take a sample of the hive wall near any of the hatcheries. Bring it back to me for study, but be careful.
You'd think that being chief digger for Marshall Expeditions means I like digging. There might be worse things to do in this world, but none really leap to mind. We were supposed to be digging in Terror Run. Fantastic name, by the way, for dead stegodons and diametrodons.
Dead
Well, there are
stegodons.
plenty of live ones there, too. Will and Hall are still all about studying this death trap, so we need those dinosaur bones. Between you and me, though, bringing some from live ones will work out just as well.
You've got to help me, adventurer. My friend Ringo.
So the voice add-on is actually called Voiceover, and it's really cool. They just updated the add-on today, and I've been talking to the guy on his Discord channel. He's a real nice guy, and he uses artificial intelligence to generate all the voices. So it's very easy for him to do pretty quickly because the artificial intelligence somehow reads through the quest text, generates the audio, then he's able to create the files. It's a big download. It's like a gig. Like, this add-on's like a gig in size because it's just got tons and tons of recorded voices. But yeah, it's called voice acting or voiceover. It's really cool.
You've got to help me, adventurer. My friend Ringo left earlier to explore the volcano to the south of here, and he has been gone way too long. I am really worried about him. You think you could find him? Why don't you take my canteen with you? If you do find Ringo, I'm sure he'll need it.
I'm making a flying machine. I got stranded here, and I'm absolutely horrible at finding my way around. I'd take a Griffin or Wind Rider back to Gadgetzan, but those beasts just scare me to death. So will you help me? All I have left to build is the wings, and I was thinking that the webby scales from the Pterodax and Diametrodon would be perfect. There's no way I'm going to go up against one of those, but you look pretty tough. Why don't you give it a try?
See Larian over there? It's his fault we're here. I told him we were going the wrong way, but would he listen? And would you believe that he's the one that won't speak to me? Well, until he changes his mind, let's have a bit of fun with him. Have you noticed the strange plant-like creatures around here? They're nothing but trouble, really, but I think if trained properly, I could get them to obey commands. First thing, though, I'll need some samples to study. Do you think you could collect some?
I'm trying to think if I need thick leather. I think I probably do need it to some degree. Let's just sell that. We don't need this. Soil.
Glad I could help. We may have been suffering a drought, but there's no shortage of meat. Care to browse my goods? Be good. Talk to me. A visitor. Must be an adventurer. We don't get many tourists down this way. Grab a chair and a drink, make yourself comfortable. Say, you look like you have some meat on your bones. You thinking about competing in the cage matches?
It's super easy. The thing with the voiceover,
Hurry back!
the voiceover is it definitely makes it super easy to get into the stories and the lore of the game because it makes you want to listen to it. You know, it makes you want to listen, which is really cool. You know what I mean? Like it's really good. It makes the immersion a lot better. I first, when I heard about it about a week or two ago, didn't think it was going to be something I'd really enjoy. But then someone else mentioned it, and then someone else mentioned it. I had so many people on my stream mentioning it. I was like, you know what? I'll try it. And it didn't take but a minute or two of just because the voices are pretty well done, and it just immediately makes you want to listen to the quest text and be like, oh yeah, because they recite it in a way that makes it interesting. So it definitely makes the experience of the game, I think, a lot better. And it's just cool. I actually highly recommend it. And the interface for it's really good. You can easily pause the voices if you don't want to hear them. Whenever you pause it, and then hit play again, it'll start from the beginning. And then if you want to hear anything or you've missed anything, you just go into your quest log, and all of them voices are in the quest log. So if I want to re-listen to any voiceover for any of the quests, I can just go in here
You've got to
and
help me,
boom,
adventurer.
and start it over.
My friend Ringo left earlier to explore the volcano to the
And then I
south.
can pause it if I want to, and then it'll restart when I click play.
You've got to help me, adventurer. My friend Ringo left earlier.
And then I can just click this little cancel thing to get rid of it. So, auto hide UI during silence. Anyways, so It's really good. That's all I can say. Anyways, I am gonna, since I had my wife did get me up early, much earlier than I was going to get up today. I've been up since 5 a.m. I'm actually gonna try to lie down and get a little bit of sleep. Yeah, definitely try it out. I'd highly recommend it. I'm gonna try to get like a maybe 2 hour nap or something, and then I'll come back and start streaming again. Because I want to have like a long stream today, but I can't do that if I'm sleepy. So I will catch you guys later. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday morning. Thanks, Johan. I appreciate it. Yeah, like and subscribe if you want. I stream WoW all the time, and I'll be streaming other MMOs as they come out. Throne of Liberty, Ashes of Creation. I plan on playing, and stuff like that. And yeah, and I do lots of other stuff too. I'm a programmer, and I get into game development and other different interesting things. And I play guitar. But anyways, but mostly, yeah, I like to play MMOs. I find them really relaxing and enjoyable. And I typically try to do stuff in the MMO that's not the normal thing. Like I like to play weird builds and do different things because just doing the cookie cutter, standard stuff I've done so many times, so I find it kind of boring. Anyways, I will catch you later, everybody. Hope you're having a good Saturday, and peace out.